doggy.
Hey guys, Joel with Backwoods Brothers. I'm with my man
Tony.
And we have a brand new episode for you today.
Yay! Hey, we don't have a guest here today. Wow.
Yeah, we do. Grand old flag.
Is it Grand Old Flatback or the Eagle?
The Eagle.
The Eagle's back. Yes, we're so glad to have you here. Look, we have an action-packed show today, right?
Yes, and we're still short.
And we're still short because we keep on breaking stools in the house.
Yes, we got to get new stools. We got to get new stools.
Right. Hey, we're looking for ways, right, man, brother, to get our show more interactive. And our producer is always getting after us for not addressing what you're typing in. So it's very important that you start typing in because we have a lot of things planned for tonight. And I'm going to get you started on one thing. Joel and I have a debate going back and forth about iPhones versus...
It's not much of a debate if I'm always winning.
He thinks he is. We have a debate about iPhones versus Androids. Well, I'm an iPhone person. I love iPhones. And I'm not going to draw this out too long. But what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have an iPhone in the house, I'm going to ask you to bring it up, and I want you to bring it up to a contact on your phone that you can text to, okay? I want you to be able to text to. You're not going to actually send it to the person, but I want you to bring it up on text. And what you're going to do, watch this, and this is why I no longer like iPhones, just so you know. So I want you to type in the letters BLM. Once you type in those letters, I want you to see...
And then your phone explodes.
And then your phone explodes. I want you to see the emojis that come up. It was quite ridiculously funny. But the emojis that come up next to BLM in your texting bracket there are fists that have a lot of different shades of brown.
Yeah, I just want to point out, it's funny, it says Black Lives Matter, but it brings up shades of brown.
Brings up shades of brown. It's like, not a black in there, but a lots of brown. So it's quite interesting. So he actually has one on iPhones that I never saw until today. So there you go.
I've always been right about the iPhones.
He's always been right about the iPhones. Wow. So we're already starting out with narcissism. Someone texted me.
Let me just chuck it across here.
No, don't check it right. You got to keep that thing. Turn off your sound, by the way, but I want you to see that. That was quite interesting, bro. You know, our phones have been infiltrated by the left.
Yes.
It's pretty sad.
Yes, they have.
Okay, you can't even type it. So, just wanted to let you know that that's the ridiculous. There you go. There's a ridiculous. But we're glad to have you here today.
Definitely. We got quite a few things, as he said on there. We actually took a minute and planned something. Again, we're special. We're planners.
We're planners. We do plan.
So, well, we have a couple things on here. So we're going to talk a little bit about Russia and Ukraine today.
Oh, yeah.
Talk a little bit about Canada again. Maybe touch on some mask mandates.
Yes.
A little bit of truckers.
But before we talk
about the Clintons.
Oh, yes. What are you talking on?
Fuck the Clintons.
Fuck the Clintons. So the Clintons, the truckers, the mask mandates and craziness going on there in Canada police and the Russia, Ukraine. But first, we have some breaking news, don't we?
Oh, we're doing it right now? Okay.
Oh, let's do some breaking news that just came in. Yep, some breaking news today. Bro, why don't you bring us in with one of the breaking news is there?
Well, wait, we were going to talk about Canada's red zone, but apparently it's supposedly gone.
Yeah. I was wondering, guys, what the red zone was. So I was texting my brother. I'm like, what's a red zone? So I decided to watch what the red zone was in Ottawa.
It sounds kind of dirty.
It kind of sounds kind of dirty. It does. The red zone. But I thought it was some type of like communist thing that was coming up. But I found out it was like the clampdown on COVID mandates in Ottawa. And I was like, wow, is it a gotcha for Trudeau or something? I don't know.
It's something that they allowed during the Emergency Powers Act that gave the police the authority to shut down zones and not allow free-flowing traffic and stuff. So I thought it was kind of funny because when they did this, they basically developed a red zone so they could push everybody out. By the way, they don't have the right of free speech in Canada, obviously, because they were peacefully protesting there, and they were forced out and to stop the protest. They called it an illegal protest.
An illegal protest.
Yeah. Anyways,
yeah. So it was peaceful, but it was illegal. But it was enough to call a national emergency.
Here in the U.S., I openly support anyone's, doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on, right to protest as long as it's peaceful and you know they're not breaking things down, hurting people, burning stuff, and everything else.
Yeah.
Protest all you want. That's your right. It's part of the Constitution.
I'm so glad we have the Constitution. I'm so glad with the Bill of Rights. And those things that what we have that we could definitely, I see why it's worth fighting for. Because when you don't have those, then the top can make those decisions like when to create a red zone or when to mandate something that's
or hijack your bank account
or hijack your bank
at
account
their pleasure.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Right. So that was one of our breaking news, and then the other one was that the convoy starts today, man. The convoy starts today.
You hit the breaking news again.
Yes, and it started. I love that. It started from California, and isn't there one from? Oh, yep, there it is.
The People's Convoy is actually what there's like multiple. There's actually more than what this even shows.
Yeah,
so there's so many different versions of the convoy going. They actually already got some people in Washington.
They did. I heard about that.
By the way, that the map was up. I was totally pointing to it, like they could see me pointing to it.
Yes.
But yeah, they actually have people already in Washington.
I heard about that.
And they're going to be basically adding to people all week. Now, here's a big difference about what they're talking about for the convoy. They're actually not going to do the same thing that they did in Canada. They're not going to go like park downtown and just block it all up.
Nope.
What they're going to do is they're going to basically drive around the Beltway and basically pretty much block that up. They're going to keep moving, but they're going to be driving really slow. And they're going to leave one lane open for emergency traffic.
That is exactly right. And I'm from Washington, D.C. I was born there. And so I lived there for 14 years. That's where all my family lives. So if I go back to visit them, it's in D.C. So I know about this Beltway. And so this Beltway it's a wide highway basically. And to shut down maybe, or to go slower, is not going to slow down much. It's not going to even be that much of an obstruction, but it will make a point, right?
Oh, it'll back the traffic up pretty bad. It'll suck there. But yeah, think about it. I mean, because they're leaving one lane open for emergency traffic, it's respecting that portion of it, but also at the same time, it makes it legal because if they blocked all lanes and didn't allow emergency traffic through, that would be illegal.
Right.
But the fact is they're driving slow and leaving one lane open, they're legal.
They're legal. They're staying within their legal boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hey, hope and keep going until they run out of fuel, and then they'll put more fuel in there.
Well, speaking of boundaries, they are actually staying away from the Capitol. They're staying away from inner Washington, D.C. But our mayor, not our mayor, oh my gosh, Washington, D.C.'s mayor seems to think that the unarmed National Guard needs to be there as well.
Well, they didn't. That was a news kind of actually dug into that a little bit. The unarmed National Guard is not necessarily just for that. They're also there because it's a State of the Union address.
Yes, that's true.
They're there just for that either way because they're trying to say what happened in January 6th. They wanted to do it again. That's the whole reason why they brought them in.
Yeah, and I mean, no one wants January 6th to happen again, but the interesting part about this is I wonder how they're going to spin it to where it will make them look like they're coming for nefarious reasons when they repeatedly said over and over this
calling
would be
it now.
Peaceful.
Hey, just like we called when we said, hey, the cloth masks don't work. They're more like this face decorations because they don't have the medical pieces behind it. And I've been saying it from the beginning. Here's the studies behind it. They had studies early on behind it. It takes 4 layers of silk, pure silk, in order to make an effective cloth mask. And the CDC is now saying that they're not effective. We've only been saying it for 2 years now?
We'll see, and that's partially why these truckers are...
We'll see. We're calling it now what they're saying. They're going to try to find some way to spin it.
Right. Well, that's why these truckers are kind of speaking to the mask mandates. They're speaking to the vaccine mandates. They're actually speaking to other things, too, as well. The high gas prices. They're speaking to what's being taught in our schools and putting the rights back into parents' hands for making decisions for their family. So they're basically fighting for the rights of the people. The People's Convoy.
I would, if I was a trucker, I'd be pissed too. I saw a picture today for fuel prices down in California at $5.98 a gallon.
$6 almost.
$5.98 a gallon.
Yes.
Makes hard, $3.50 something or $4.50 or whatever, $4.50 now. Yeah. Better.
Yes. So all they want to do is come down there and be a presence. And so as long as they do it peacefully and legally and do what they need to do, leave them alone.
They should also make sure they're wearing a helmet too when they're in it.
That's another breaking news story. Why don't you tell them about that one, bro?
So apparently, we have in Seattle, Washington. I thought it was down in. No,
it's Seattle. It's Seattle, and it's King County.
It's King County. That's what it was.
It's King County, which is in Seattle.
So they apparently they're saying that the helmet laws are now racist.
Yeah, the helmet laws are now racist
because they're indiscriminately
bike helmet laws. By the way,
they're discriminating against the homeless and people of color. They're getting more tickets.
Yeah.
Than white people. Yeah. Well, here's the thing: it doesn't matter what color your skin is. If you're breaking the law, you're going to get a ticket.
Right.
Stop breaking the law. Break the law less, and you're good.
Well, they don't have to worry about breaking the law because if it's racist, you cancel it. Whatever you deem as racist, you just cancel it. If a blade of grass is racist, you cancel it.
So if we say that, I got it. If we say that Biden is racist and Kamala is racist,
and that won't work.
Well, if they can cancel everything they want that's racist, why don't we just do that? Boom, problem solved. Hey, I solved the problem for you guys. Biden is racist. Kamala is racist.
Cancel.
Dictator Kate is racist.
Oh, wait a minute. Trudeau is racist.
Well, but actually, I just solved all your problems.
Yeah, blackface.
Well, he
blackface.
He really is racist. He really is racist. There you go.
Yes. So there has the code. That's the face I got too.
She looked like she just farted in public.
Bro, that's the face I got when I saw Trudeau's blackface. I'm like, because he was standing up for all the BLMs and everything. He was like taking a knee and everything, but yet he wants to pose in blackface.
Can we get Kamala back up there for a second? Okay, look at this face again. Okay, it looks like she just realized that she just like farted or shit herself.
I think she realized she was the vice president, and that was that face. You know, that's it. That's the face. I just realized I was vice president. Oh crap! I forgot. I'm vice president with Biden. Yes.
Oh fuck,
bro! I was watching.
I'm screwed. Sorry, I'm supposed to watch my language.
Sorry. I was watching the show today. We kind of talked about it. Remember today? And speaking of cancel culture, and you can't win for losing, man. Look. By the way, I'm going to talk to all the black conservatives. We love you. I want to talk to the black Democrats. By the way, you're supposed to be loving black people. Well, you don't love all black people because you know what? Those who tend to bend themselves to the right tend to be called token, or they tend to be called an Uncle Tom. That has to stop. I've heard it on a podcast today that there was a potential running mate for Trump, with Trump as his vice, and I forget who he was. And he also happens to be black. And a black station was totally making fun of him and saying he was used as a token. They didn't get to Uncle Tom, but token black person. That is maddening. Absolutely maddening. You can't win for losing. We are not a monolith. We never are a monolith. As a matter of fact, our roots, if you want to talk about black America, have come from conservative values.
Exactly.
They have.
Exactly.
So somewhere along the lines, the Democratic Party said, "Oh, we'll just take care of you, you poor little black man, poor little black woman. We'll take care of you." And now we're subservient to them. And so the moment we step out of that, then somehow we're used as a token. Have I ever been your token?
I don't know. I carry you on a keychain occasionally.
That's true. That was my rant. But go ahead. You tried to say something.
I think I'm actually
Speak
more.
Up for yourself.
I think I'm your bright shiny token on your arm there.
Oh gosh, that's another show. That is another topic for not today. Not today. You are my bestie, though.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And the crazy thing is, being on the show is an honor for me because you don't put me in that category.
I'm honored to be on here with you, man. This is equal across the way.
Come on now.
It is our show. It is not my show with you or my addition, or your show. I'm your addition. It's our show.
Yeah. So anybody who wants to say that I'm a token of Joel, I call BS. Speaking of BS, we have a lot of BS projects going on, don't we?
Yeah, we totally. We've had 2 out so far. It's had some good responses to it. Our second episode literally doubled the amount of viewers, and then some.
8,700.
8,700
viewers.
Yeah, I mean, in the course of millions of minutes, people were like, "Oh, that's not that many." Well, you know what? When it's the second show of it, and it's doing pretty decent. So
yes, you need to watch it.
We have an one coming out next Tuesday.
Can't not wait.
Episode 3.
Yes.
So
we're including not just us. There's more people doing the BS project.
Oh yeah, of course. We got Brandy in one.
Brandy's gonna do a BS project.
She's gonna enjoy being down there and asking people questions and laughing at their funny answers.
Yes. Yes.
But you were talking about BLM, but what about BBM?
BBM.
Yes.
BBM. What is BBM?
Black Bears Matter.
Black Bears Matter.
So over in Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
There's a black bear called Hank the Tank. Okay. Hank the Tank. The average black bear is about 250 pounds.
Ooh.
Hank the Tank is 500 pounds.
Really?
Yes.
Have people been feeding him?
Oh yeah, he's been eating a whole lot. And so what they want to do is they actually want to kill Yeah, kill him because he's actually been getting into people's houses. He's not just a black bear.
That's why.
But he's also a thief. He breaks into people's houses.
Yeah.
He's done like I heard up to 40 now houses he's broken into.
Right.
And like goes in and he's actually attacked somebody in the house when he did. What? But he's looking for food. He's not scared of people.
Right.
And I would be too if I was a 500-pound black bear.
500-pound black bear guy.
Yeah. So
and those aren't they the grizzlies are the ones that are the most dangerous.
Good
but black
God,
bears, they love to eat.
Yeah, oh yeah, we have black bears around here, but not a 500-pound one.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Anyways, so we actually got a chance to reach out to talk to Hank the Tank.
You're talking to bears?
Yeah. We actually sat down with him in an interview, and I wanted to share what we had a chance to sit down and interview with him.
He's kind of crazy.
Just go take a look at his interview we have with Hank the Tank.
Okay, let's look at it.
Hey guys, my name's Hank, and I like cupcakes, and I like people because they give me cupcakes, and I like corn dogs, and I like donuts, and I like my ice cream and my pizza, and I like all the foods, the foods love me, and I like the foods. I love my cupcakes.
Well, I hope that was a really informative interview for you there.
Bro, that was very good.
It was very good? Wow, that is very bad. Yeah, that is very cheesy.
You know, I have to ask you a question, though. Why does that bear sound distinctly like a person I know?
I have no idea what you're talking about. That was definitely the bear that was speaking there.
That was the bear that was speaking.
Yes.
So
well, you know what we haven't done?
What?
What we do every time. We always forget to read comments.
You know what? Actually,
we talk too much.
Are we having comments already?
We have a lot of them in here.
Yes, you guys keep going, bro.
Android is better because it doesn't have this crap. Hey, you know what? Right there, officially in writing, iPhones have been infiltrated by the left and not Androids.
Yeah. You know what, guys? I have to give that to you. I have to give that to you. Go ahead.
Looks like Russians are going to attack the Ukraine. Please pray for them. Of course.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that, by the way. Too.
Yep, we're going to bring that up here in a little bit. So, just see what we got next one here.
It looks like it says, those who are in power want us to forget the Guys, read for me. Read for me, bro. Do you know what that is?
I'm actually trying to find the one. I'm trying to find the one you were reading. Where's the one you were reading?
Okay. Let's try this one again. Here we go, guys. Oh, this is from last week's.
Scroll down.
Okay.
I'll read one way he's doing that. American truckers People Convoy are on their way to D.C. to do a slow roll on the Beltway around D.C. I think we learned that from the totalitarian response in Canada. Yep. Yeah. That's what we were just talking about.
Here's one. I have never seen any black bears or coyotes. Have seen mountain lions, though.
Okay. You mean Fort Pelosi is what someone asked. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's one. I feel sorry for those Canadians. Okay. Did you read that already?
No, I have not.
I feel sorry for those Canadian citizens because they are stuck with Trudeau unless someone assassinates him or he resigns or he is...
We never condone the assassination of a public official. Never.
Yeah. So when I read that, yeah, we never. But when we say that, let's do that legally, and I don't know what their protocol is for getting them out.
I don't know. I don't know Canadian law, so good luck on that. I don't know American law the best either.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm differentiating that.
Someone says this. Trudeau. Oh wow. Okay, I'll read this one. That's right, Tony. That's why I'm a conservative. And then someone says, nice. Sponsor. Yes.
Someone says, Hank the Tank. Hank the Tank. You know what? You know what's also really fun to do when you're doing Hank the Tank? Is when you oh good golly, I lost my train of thought right in the middle of a conversation.
Oh no, what? Hank the Tank.
Well, when you get a chance to actually and you put that up on a gigantic sign and you plaster it on there. Just like you saw that wanted sign.
Yeah.
You can go and do that. You know what a good place to go and get those signs are?
Where?
Right there at Whitney Signs. Right here in town.
As a matter of fact, why don't we talk a little bit about Whitney Signs?
Whitney Signs is
you local
is an amazing company. They do all our stickers, they do all our printing and everything else, and they do most of the signs right on town. I think they just I think I saw them doing a sign down at the what was it called? The phone company there just the other day, and I saw them doing one over at the Estacada Saloon. Eagle Creek Saloon, not Estacada Saloon. Which, by the way, taco night.
Yes.
Yeah. So they do some great stuff. Let's take a look at them, what they got.
Woohoo. Hey guys, so you know what? Check that company out. We've used them locally, and I don't think there's anywhere they won't go. So
yeah, they have a mobile little driving unit. It's actually pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen them use it all over the place. And
Sean and Mary.
Yeah, they answer the phone quite most of the time. I wouldn't call them 3 a.m.
Yeah, don't do that.
They might
Don't
charge
do
you
that.
a late night fee.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe they will take a call 3 a.m. I don't know if you have an emergency sign issue. I have no idea.
Yes.
I actually haven't called at 3 a.m.
Well, two things I feel like I need to say before we read these comments. One is, hey guys, we are a show that respects conversation. We are also a show that respects opinions. We all have the First Amendment right to speak what's on our mind, but no matter what, we want to make sure to keep things very, 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 very on the legal tip. So
Gray zone.
And yeah, so we definitely want to respect that. So just a short reminder, we love your views, we love your comments. Remember this too. Everything that we say here is just conversation and banter going back and forth.
Yep.
Please don't take this as gospel. Go do your own homework because
Always.
we've learned that if we don't do our homework, they will use ignorance. They will use our ignorance against us.
Ignorance.
And they meaning
We're backwoods. It's ignorance.
Ignorant. It's ignorant.
Yeah.
It's ignorant. So do your homework. Somebody says here, brother.
Yeah.
American truckers, People Convoy, are on their way to D.C. to do a slow roll, which actually I did see that today.
I just read that.
Oh, you saw that? Well, there you go. Keep going. I love that comment so much I have to read it again.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
We have amazing viewers, someone said, spreading the love to each other, so awesome.
Yes. They said there are no terms limits for prime ministers.
Really?
Someone said that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not good. Someone says Putin. Putin is declaring special military operations, quote unquote.
Yes.
This isn't good. I think you meant to say y'all. I'm watching the news now.
Yeah.
So someone said blame Biden. He is the reason energy costs are so high.
Yes.
It makes 0 sense to not pump our own and buy it from Russia. It's like handing over the keys to our enemy. Yep. You got some more on there?
As a matter of fact, I had a little bit of a note on Biden and actually the political times that we're in. So I was going to talk about a little bit of, I'll go back to that one. I thought earlier this week that Joe Biden was going to meet with the Russian president, Putin, as long as he does not invade Ukraine, which obviously that didn't happen. This was said on last Sunday. But he's already issued sanctions as well. But I want to ask you a question. And I want to ask you guys a question. Do you trust Biden to handle a possible serious World War III?
I don't trust him to walk straight and follow instructions on how to get into a building. I've seen the video. He can't walk upstairs. He can't walk downstairs. He can't even answer questions from the media. He turns and walks into walls.
Well, and then he sends Kamala Harris over there as a diplomat, and she has very limited diplomatic work.
Hey, that should answer all the questions you need right there. The guy sends Kamala Harris over there to have diplomatic relations with a foreign country.
Ask her if she visited the border.
They should let her talk to anybody.
They shouldn't let her talk to anybody.
Yeah, she put her in the corner.
Well, she knows how to look out windows. That's what she does. She looked out window. But they invited her, Vice President Kamala Harris, talked to reporters. She was speaking with reporters in Munich during a Munich conference, and it was basically drawing attention to potentially the largest conflict of this kind. Wow. It's going to happen.
Honestly, it's a big thing. I will say that, them going for it. But at the same time, I think what their attempts are to do is just they're trying to mask what they're trying to get us all looking over here because the election's coming around the corner. They're trying to pull some stuff back and trying to get us looking at one place. So our minds are all on that.
It's interesting.
And we start to forget all the other crap they've done for the last 2 years. Do not forget the big pig in the room.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that is, the fact is that they
usually say elephant, but the big pig, you're right.
Yes, because there's a pig.
There's a big pig in the room. Yes.
The big thing to remember is all the things they did in the last couple of years. The mandates. They said they were going to solve this COVID thing in 2 weeks, and here's 2 years later. They destroyed the economy. Fauci. All of the lockdowns where people lost their jobs and when the massive amount of debt they put us in. I mean, one thing after the other. Biden on his little desk, pencil whipping the shit out of things. Most of it got overturned by the Supreme Court anyways. I mean, time after time, they're doing all these things. Don't forget about Hunter Biden and his scandal in Ukraine. Don't forget about that issue. I mean, there's so many things that they've done over the short period of time. Don't forget about Clinton. Clinton's all over the news right now. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if she wouldn't find a way to start this damn war, so she wouldn't have to
find a way. She can't even find her emails.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, Clinton's in there. She's actually found evidence to potentially try her, as long as those witnesses don't commit suicide, or disappear or something. Then they potentially could end up in jail if they get the right judge in there. I mean, there's all these things that are happening or happened that they want us to not pay attention to. They want us to kind of distracted because we have an election coming up at the end of the year, and they don't want us to remember everything that they've put us through, and they're going to put us through again if they get back in.
Keep on going.
Yeah. Remember, when it comes time to vote, fix this shit.
You talked about Hillary Clinton a little bit, and I was going to ask you: do you think Hillary has the time to spy on Trump though, when she cannot, or when she's so busy trying to hide her emails? That's one of the things. But it's interesting. Hillary Clinton had some words for Fox News. She said, Fox News leads the charge in their accusations against me. That's what she said. She goes, counting on their audience to fall for it again. And as an aside, they are getting awfully close to actual malice in their attacks. Do you know who that sounds like?
Who's that?
I can't mention her. She lives in this town.
Yeah.
That made me sound. Is that a veiled threat? Is that a veiled threat?
Exactly.
For Fox News?
Exactly. Well, we can give her the badge of honor for her feelings brigade.
Where's the hurt feelings brigade?
Yeah, we can give her the badge.
Oh, there you go. She's
it's
threatening.
like, oh, you're a poo-poo head.
You're a poo-poo head too, and I'm going to threaten to sue you. Yes.
Oh my God.
So that was her very eloquent words for Fox News.
Yes. Well, a few more comments says truckers will need to feed the National Guard. Yeah, well, good luck on that one. Or they're stuck with MREs, poor guys.
Right.
And I have nothing against our military, man. They're out there. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're following orders. And they can't control about the idiots above them. So.
But I heard the National Guard actually, like you said, they came out. They're coming out for the State of the Union, but also for potential, other threats. But they are always sent out, aren't they?
They come out for different things.
Yeah.
So they're supposedly coming out unarmed.
Yeah.
For traffic control, yeah.
For traffic control.
I've done when I was in National Guard. I did lots of different services.
Were you in National Guard?
Yeah, that's the military service I did 6 years. I was activated and spent time in Afghanistan and everything else, but I was actually in the National Guard.
Is there something you haven't done?
There's a lot of things I haven't done.
Oh my goodness! So,
probably good things too.
So when they sent you out, you have a insight into this.
Well,
Why would you be called for an event like this?
Well, you do lots of there's traffic control. If you're a medic, you're going out to support in case there's any issues. Potential issues happen there. It could be for just resources of lifting and carrying. The National Guard does so many different things. People don't really realize how much they actually do.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere from they could be assisting with the state on road repairs or other projects. They could be out there doing stuff like I remember one time we actually went and helped they're doing like a fundraiser for like a martial arts mixed martial arts.
Yeah.
And we went out and built a ring for them for somebody so they could do a fundraiser. This was an extra help thing.
So it's almost like the
National Guard is there to help.
Yeah, it's there to help.
Hmm?
So, I mean, it's really, I posed it earlier, it's not really a threat to these gentlemen, but the news is trying to pose it as that.
Of course.
Yep.
And so someone says, I can't stand any of them you put up there. LMAO, by Kamala, Biden, Brown, and Trudeau. Yep. Trudeau is a sexual predator, still sending nude pics to teenagers. I didn't know about that.
I didn't know about that
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Well,
there's another one that said here. It said, there's a dialogue. It looked like it says that's a Russian bedpan called "It's a poo-poo den." Haha. It says, "Nope. I trust Biden will help Russia win with his incompetence." Okay. Wow.
Hey, check this one.
It's actually Obama's socialist country. He is Biden's voice in his earpiece. And his earpiece.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it is. It's Obama's socialist country.
Hillary.
Yeah. This cracked me up, by the way. That's not a black bear. We call that Bigfoot when we see it in the forest. We call that a monster.
Broski, on a lighter note, just really fast, did you know this, man? And I read this on Politico. And speaking of cancel culture, I've kind of been on, and I know we're kind of all over the map, but these are things that we care about, right? So, I've been all over the map with Whippy and cancel culture.
I love
Whippy,
it.
But Whippy too.
I'm going with Whippy.
Whippy, let's go with Whippy. Whippy's back on The View. So, and I don't think she's mentioned anything about
I sent you
it.
something today. Did you read that?
I did not get a chance to read it.
The View got blasted today.
For the way they were handling the COVID issue with Queen Elizabeth.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, what was that about? I saw
it was only a short clip that they put on there, but they're basically
making fun of her.
Oh yeah, exactly, and they're basically they're ridiculing her for the way that she handled because she got COVID.
Yes,
and they're saying, oh well, she should they should have protected her and they should have locked everything down and it's kind of they went nuts on it.
They went nuts.
And the thing is, or all the experts are saying is no, we're coming out of this. She happened to get it from her. I think she said got it from her daughter or something like that, and it happens, and they treated her fine, and she's triple vaccinated and everything else. There's no reason to freak out and panic about it. They said they said the problem and the reason why they're getting hit with everybody is going after them is because they said they're fear mongering.
Yes,
they said that's what it. They're fear mongering. They're trying to make an issue and scare people when they need to knock that shit off. It's over.
Yes, didn't they say that essentially? They said we need to learn to live with COVID.
Yes. Get on with our lives.
That's what they were basically saying. So that was the pushback. But I was reading out a Politico on canceling, and they were thinking about, some of the leftists are thinking and working towards canceling President's Day.
Yeah. Hey, before we actually go into this one, let's actually ask a question. Do you guys know what President's Day is about?
Well, that's the issue. I was wondering if we did. I did not even... Well, I wasn't too clear on it, but does anybody know what President's Day is about?
Before I know you got something to talk about it there. Can we pause you that? I want you to come back in a couple minutes.
Yes.
I want to see if anyone answers first.
Okay.
And then, but yeah.
We could talk about that while we're doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
But canceling President's Day, man.
That's bullshit,
That is BS.
I want to slap the stupid off those guys.
What about honoring our presidents? What about that?
Exactly. Well, I wish we had one right now, but we can honor the previous.
You're part of the problem.
Go back and honor
you're part of the problem.
We can honor the previous 45.
But can we honor the good and bad ones? I mean, we can still honor the president.
Well, yeah, I will honor the bad ones too, but unfortunately, we don't have one right now to honor because I told you in my book he lost the title of president because
on a serious note
because he made a decision to leave Americans and cost Americans their lives. Now, granted, it's not to cost Americans their lives. Presidents have to make decisions.
Right. It wasn't. Yeah.
No. The part that got me was he made a decision to leave Americans in there. He pulled our military out before we had all the Americans gone. Mm-hmm. He lost the right to be called president by me and by many, many others because of that decision alone.
And that's
screw the rest of the shit. Every president has their bad decisions and stupid shit that they do. That was a line you never cross.
And I know to be diplomatic, you don't take you don't take that on yourself. But he's deflected. He deflected that.
He wouldn't even.
Kamala Harris backed him up and deflected.
He wouldn't even admit that it'd been a different story if he would have said, "Yeah, guys, I made a bad call and I did that and I need to find a way to fix it and let's try to get this taken care of." No, he said it was a good pullout. Well, you know what? Let's go, Brandon.
Can we define what a good pullout looks like? Because that didn't look like that. That looked like a shit show.
Well, a good pullout. See, in some cases, depending on who the guy talked to, not pulling out at all. But now,
people falling out of planes is not necessarily. I hear what you're saying there.
Delayed response.
I just got it.
A good pullout wouldn't have been people pulling out at all. No, I actually meant that in a real case too. But not pulling out would have been the right thing because we were maintaining what was there without
for 20-some years.
No, no. For the last 18 months prior to that, we hadn't lost anybody.
Yeah, no.
And we were maintaining them. They weren't acting up and everything else.
Yeah.
But until he started doing the stupid shit that he was doing, along with all the other crap that he did, he got us out of there and got us in trouble.
Yeah, and leaving the enemy with all the equipment they need.
Exactly.
So, and people falling out of planes, I don't think that's I know.
I mean, those are people that our country made a promise to them about, hey, you're for what you're doing, for putting yourself and your family and everything else at risk. We're gonna give you citizenship in our country.
Yeah.
They forgot to mention, hey, you have to ride on the outside of a damn plane for it.
And that was a well orchestrated leave. No,
that guy is a joke.
Yes. Did anybody come up with this yet? Because I want to hurry. Let's go, Brandon. I can't stand Whoopi or those clowns on The View.
Well,
Biden is an idiot.
Yeah, Biden is an idiot. We don't leave our people behind.
Oh, you got to leave that. Yeah, we don't leave our people behind.
We don't leave our people behind. Exactly.
That's a motto. No man left behind. Right?
No man left behind. You go back and get them. He basically, from what he did there, the whole point of even the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier now lost its allure to it. Because that was saying that we are marching, we're doing our stuff there because no man left behind. There are certain people that are the soldiers' remains that we found. We don't know who they belong to.
We don't know who they.
But we brought them home, and they're there until they can be identified. Yes. And it also represents others as well. It also represents those who haven't been found. Their bodies have not been found yet either.
Right.
It's no man left behind, and they will go back. There are units and organizations that will go back. They'll research from all the way back to like Vietnam and everything else.
Yes.
To go and try to find out what happened to the body and try to find the remains and bring it home.
Right.
Sometimes they find them after 50 years. They'll find out what happened. They'll track it down, and they don't get a lot of them all the time. It takes a long time, but they find them. But by doing what he did, all that original honor that was behind that, saying no one left behind, he basically just wiped across the board on that one. Because now we can never say that we don't leave our people behind.
Okay. I'm glad you tied it in at the end, because as I was going to say, isn't that a little bit fatalistic in a way?
No, because we can't ever say that we don't leave our people behind, because he intentionally left Americans in that country.
Yeah. No, true.
And so that's what I'm saying now. Now, granted, some of them got out. They got out and things like that and stuff, but they didn't get out by the luck and seat of their pants, and mostly by their own doings. And our own soldiers who weren't part of the military, volunteer special operations teams went over and helped someone get some of them out too.
Right.
And some of the people that they worked with and stuff. It's absolutely a joke. But
well, you know what? Can we hold off on what you were saying there?
Yeah. I want to redirect you to that anyways.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking that it might be a little time for some pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm feeling some pizza, because we want to get back to that question about President's Day.
Oh, totally.
So during this time that you're going to watch a wonderful snippet of what we get to enjoy here in Estacada called Hitchin Post Pizza. Valerie is awesome. She is a supporter of our community. And the pizza is so good. Didn't you invite some friends down to pizza earlier this week?
Oh, yeah. We had a spontaneous, impromptu get-together.
Pizza party.
Yeah, we had a pizza party.
So this is a place where you can have pizza parties. This is a place where you can have your kids come and just take advantage of their... As a matter of fact, when I have my kid go, I have her go play games and do all that kind of stuff, and I have pizza.
I can only go down occasionally because my daughter, she like basically makes me go broke by getting into all the different games she wants to get into.
Seriously.
So many games on there.
For quarters. So if you're here in Estacada and surrounding areas, you want to, when you come to Estacada, visit this place. Watch. That was awesome, bro. Why don't you take it away?
You had something you were bringing up before earlier. We asked people the questions, and I didn't see anyone answer the question. So yeah, maybe they didn't know. So why don't you go ahead and share with us?
Maybe it's like crickets out there. Well, I didn't know either, guys, before this, but President Day was basically, it was a holiday that's celebrated every third Monday, and it's popular because it's honoring George Washington's birthday as well as Abraham Lincoln. That day is sometimes celebrated of those birthdays in the lives of all U.S. presidents. President's Day is celebrated Monday the 21st, and it was actually last Monday the 21st, 2022. So it was, there's a group that really wants to cancel it based on two things. I don't know how those two things relate, people, but this is how it relates. They say basically President Trump was not called a president. He was called an insurrectionist. He was called twice impeached, disgraced. He was a president that wasn't for the people. And the other reason is George Floyd. I don't know how they combine those together because and I'm not playing ignorant or coy. I don't know how they go together. I just don't know.
Well, here's the big thing is you get a small group of morons.
Or social unrest. Is
You get a group of morons that are saying he's all these things. But when you have the vast majority are saying otherwise, especially when you look at Biden, they're saying that he was a much more president than Biden was.
Oh, Biden's approval rating is like 95, isn't it? Or negative 95?
No, I think it's 95 against.
Oh, okay. No, it's like 30, and then Trudeau's is 15. So they're kind of in the same.
Yeah, they're like, it's like they're hand in hand. But yeah,
you don't want me to take that analogy further.
And they're basically, I think they're trying to blame the problems of George Floyd on Trump. That's like their go-to is
that's the go-to
for the left. I think I posted a music video from earlier this week. I think I posted it on Backwoods Brothers.
What was it?
It was
I know what it
Am
is.
I the Only One?
Am I the Only One?
Yeah.
Really good song, guys.
I watched a live video of him talking before he did
what was it
that.
About?
Well, he was just talking before he sang the song, and he says he loved history as a kid. The guy who did he loved history as a kid.
Yeah.
And what he did is he was talking through part of it, and he started naming off different things like Jim Crow laws. He basically said every scar that this country has on it is from a Democrat. The statues are tearing down, all Democrats. All the laws and everything else, all Democrats. And despite what they might try to say, if you actually look and learn your history, they're all Democrats. And it's funny because he was going through, he was naming off all these different things in there, and it's like, yeah, they're Democrats. And they try to say, oh, well, it's Republicans or racist, and no, that's just a flat out lie. I mean, like, you couldn't be more of a lie than that. It's like saying white is black and black is white. It's completely wrong because the history shows otherwise. Even though they're trying to erase that history, that's what they're trying to erase it, because they want to cover up everything they did over the years.
Yes.
So
yes. Am I the Only One though? Is that song? Is he trying? I didn't get to hear it. You guys need to hear it. But is he mainly talking about? Is he the only one that recognizes that it is a one-sided event, or these events are one-sided?
He says, "Am I the only one that basically sees all the problems going on?" And
how many of you guys think that you're the only one? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I think it's more of a motivational, get you moving type of patriotic thing, and it's just another way for him to kind of talk about some of the issues that are going on. Am I the only one that basically wants to stand up against these things and stuff? It's a good song. You should see it. Go roll back to some of our posts. We post randomly good things throughout the week now
on Facebook. Yes,
we're going to be posting more and more cool things as we find them. We'll be posting them. So be sure to be checking in throughout the week, because you'll see some cool stuff out there.
Yeah. So don't forget to check out and like, share, and subscribe, and go into YouTube and check out some other videos as well on there. So.
Well, while they're checking out YouTube, they should swing by the website.
Exactly.
Well, you can see most of our videos on the website.
Yes. You can see all of our videos on the website.
Yeah, as well as some other stuff too, right? You can see our merchandise.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, it's interesting that you said that, because I'm excited about the Pissed Off Patriot line that we have coming out here.
Yeah.
And so, I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to buy the sweatshirts or what I'm going to buy.
I actually ordered some stuff, and I was hoping they'd be in now, right about now, but they said they won't be until the end of the month.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if they'll even be ready for next week or not.
Brother, I totally forgot to ask you. We have people interact every time on our show and on the website, and you put up some beard stuff. Remember that?
Oh yeah. I don't know why that keeps eluding me, but we're not going to lose it tonight, because we actually have our winner to announce. And I want to make sure I got his name right. So I actually got to pull up on the website real quick just to make sure I got the name right.
Okay.
By the way, his beard was absolutely just the bomb.
So let me tell you why he's trying to find that. Joel put out this cool thing, and I think it was like Brandy and Joel had this awesome idea to put up the best beard. So a lot of our guys, which we have like about 70% guys watching, and I bet they all have beards, but we had plenty of involvement, and many guys took a picture, put it online, and we had the opportunity to judge the best beard. And so the best bearded guy, which Joel's going to bring up and find, you get to take home one of the most... Oh, can I just show it while you're looking?
Yeah.
You get to take home... I get to make it a commercial. You get to take home Viking Revolution Beard Conditioner. And it comes with not only good scent... Oh, it's unscented. Okay, well, for all you unscented people. But it comes with a wash... And it also comes with brushes. I actually have this myself. and it comes with a comb as well.
All right, and so perfect place for that. Josh Camp.
Josh Camp.
Yes, congratulations, Josh.
Do we have anything to like show? Do we have any balloons or anything? Any balloons?
I think we got some sounds.
Oh
yeah,
butterflies!
Butterflies! Butterflies!
Dude, butterflies! What's up? That's from. Isn't that from Brady's show?
It is.
That's from Campfire Discussion.
I specifically made that for her because butterflies represent lupus.
That's true.
And my wife has lupus, and so I made those butterflies for her.
You know what? When lupus, we actually, that's a really good idea. We need to draw some attention to that, you guys. There's Lupus Awareness Month. I forget when that is. November? May. Coming up in May, Lupus Awareness Month, and I think those should be. We should raise awareness for that.
Oh yeah, especially during that time. I think we're going to try to do a fundraiser for lupus during the time.
That'd be awesome.
And I don't know if they're still doing if we're still doing the walk or not. So
you used to do walk with your family, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. But you need to walk more.
I do need to walk more. You can get like a go-kart.
Okay.
Josh Camp, we are going to reach out to you to get your information so we can send this to you. We'll have to get your shipping information and things. So, by the way, if you want to see the beard, I did not pull the picture down.
Oh,
shame on me! I didn't think about it. Sorry,
Josh.
We'll pull it out and post it specially as the award winner on the website and on the Facebook page.
Now, where's Josh from? Do we know? Or
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Okay. Well, J-Man, Josh Man, if you want to, and if you're watching, then we give a shout out to you. Please let us know you're watching, and we'll get this to you.
You know, I think for those who want, I think I'm gonna do this next year too.
Okay.
So let's just say every January. We're gonna do a beard contest. How's that sound?
You know what? Every January. Well, what is it? Isn't it a beard month? National Beard Month too?
Is there? It probably is.
I think this is November. No Shave November.
Well, yeah. So that's actually perfect because you get a few months for the beard to grow.
Yeah. Why are you all early? I grow mine out in November.
I never get rid of my beard.
You know yours is every day.
My beard is years.
He took years to buy that. You know.
Buy that. No, grow it. I use Miracle Grow on this beard.
Miracle Grow, yeah. Hey. It'll take a miracle for it to grow.
But yeah. So by the way, if you want to see what this thing is, we actually have it on the website under the store area under the special items. You can actually take a look and see. There's a link there. We'll take you to Amazon. You can see what we actually have there. And this is actually what I use for my beard, and I recommend greatly using the Viking stuff. They're pretty good.
Ooh, brother, I love that. So thank you, my friend Josh, right?
Josh Camp.
Yeah, Josh. Thank you, my friend, for doing that. We appreciate you. Let's go, Brandon. Somebody said.
Oh yes.
Did you see that, bro?
Yeah. It says, "Let's go, Brandon."
Yep. And we don't leave people behind. So that was in as we read that one.
That's what I was reading. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It says, "What is a coup for?" I think it's coup. I think they're going, "What's a coup for?" If we can't get these people out of office, I thought it was for when we had finally really bad people in office. We could have our military say no more of this stupid shit. Yes, there's a lot of different kind of coups. You can cheat in elections. We saw how that turned out. You can do military coups where it's basically usually pretty bloody and bad. And you can have the people, which is the one I recommend everybody does, and that is in our country we can have a coup by voting.
Yes.
So midterm election, basically we can vote and get some good people in office and kick every one of those mother lovers out that should no longer be there, and get them out of office and put good people in there.
Faith with the voting processes, though.
Well, with all the problems we had 2 years ago, there's been so much eyes, and there'll be so many eyes on this one. You know that they're going to shove. They can't have COVID to use against it anymore.
Yes.
They're going to shove their ass up inside there.
Don't quit, people.
Those observers will probably be sitting on top of the counters' heads.
Oh, you know it.
To be looking at that.
Counting for them right over here. Look, you missed one.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And so there's going to be so many eyes on this one. They played that card. And they dealt I think they dealt a big chunk of their hand this time around. Yeah. So now's the time though to really hit hard and get basically time to knock them all out of office and get some good people in there. That goes not just for our Congress and stuff. That we're talking about if there's local offices, county offices, state offices, and federal. All those. Make sure you're doing your research and you're voting for the right people. If you're a candidate out there and you're running, if you have 15 other people on the same party running, maybe if you're not in the top one or two, it's time to start considering throwing your support behind the other candidates, because you don't want to pull those votes and then cost us a chance to actually make a change.
I love that you said that. Didn't you see someone else just enter into the running today when we were out for lunch? It was a woman who we were hoping to.
Oh yeah, on the radio. She called into Lars Larson, and
it was for the local
Oregonians. I have a name on my Rose,
and she was standing in front of her husband's truck.
Yeah, she's running for Congress.
Okay,
yeah, I don't know
find her name.
Yeah. So, but she called and talked to Lars. I got information, and I'll see if I can share it later. I haven't got a chance to research her much, but other than the quick things we saw on her website, looked pretty good.
Yeah, so you said basically don't put all your apples in one basket. Go ahead and spread them out if your top two candidates aren't.
Well, yeah, I'm saying
essentially.
No, what I'm saying is there's like for example in Oregon, there's 15 people running for governor.
Yes.
If we keep pushing that, and they keep trying to push it, and we know that the lower ones aren't going to get their name, they're not going to be the party selection, and they're not going to be able to actually get up there and make a difference in the votes. Start putting your support and start pushing. Pick a candidate that's in the lead and start pushing them so that
pushing the lead.
Yes, start getting behind and throw your momentum behind the lead, because we can't kill ourselves on the conservative side by spreading ourselves out and not using this time we have to really push a candidate.
Mobilize.
We need to come down to one or two candidates and start all the other candidates, and you say, okay, I took a shot at it. I'm not getting the momentum that I was hoping I was going to get. Now it's time to use a little bit of that momentum to start pushing the other ones. And let's get somebody in office so we can actually make a change.
There it is.
So 40 years without a Republican in office. It's time. Look what we've gotten ourselves to. We need to save the state. In order to save the state, we got to stop screwing ourselves over, and we need to start throwing our support behind a single candidate to run and get them in there.
Can you say, and can we say on the show who you should put your money behind, if you will, your votes behind?
No, there's been a lot of good ones out there, and I don't know what the polls are or anything else right now, but it's. I would say at this point we're getting close enough to the primaries that whoever's leading the polls right now.
Okay. So
that's who we should be looking at.
Well, whoever's leading in the polls.
Yeah, and I don't know. I know that some of the top ones out there right now are Stan Pulliam. We've got Christine Drazen up there.
Christine Drazen, Stan Pulliam.
And there was another one. I can't remember her name. I think she was pretty.
I know.
She was down there from down south.
Yeah.
Forgive me if you see this at some point. I am having a blank brain right now.
That's okay. But you were talking about kicking out Biden, right? Or kicking out a candidate that is not for the people. Why don't we kick out or knock out some of these comments that I'm seeing here? What do you think?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of comments in here.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Yum, I love pizza. I love the Hitchin Post, and I love Valerie. Oh, that was for the local folk here.
What's the next one?
You should read the next one.
Oh, okay. President's Day used to be 2 holidays, Abe Lincoln on February 16th and George Washington on February 33rd. They decided, that's what it says, February 33rd. There's not 33 days in February, by the way. I'm assuming I meant to be say 23rd.
That's awesome. It would have caught me up too. I'm like, wait a minute.
I read it.
33rd.
But I didn't think about it when I read it. They decided to combine them and honor all the presidents. Thank you for whoever did that.
Yes. Man.
33rd. You know what? I'm adding 5 days to the month. Why not?
Well, I like this. Someone said, nope, I'm not the only one. That's awesome. There are a lot of us. Stay strong. United we stand. With Biden we fall.
Biden will fall. Oh, wait. But no. With Biden we fall.
I read that right.
I thought you
pick it on the blind man.
Yeah, I retract it, man.
Read the Republican Party.
I'm bound down. Okay. The Republican Party was found as an abolitionist party to fight the pro-slavery Democrats.
Yeah. Wait. So liberals are destroying their own statues. That's kind of funny in a way.
Yeah. The funny part is most of them don't realize what they're doing.
Yes, bro. There's another one about the Ukraine.
Yeah, don't let the Ukraine situation distract from what the Dems are doing in the U.S. They will try to distract you from the BS they are pulling here. Yep, that's what I was saying.
Exactly. It says too many running, splitting the votes.
I agree, Joel, about the candidate. We need to have a Republican governor.
Of course you would read I agree, Joel.
Why wouldn't I?
Oh, I love this one. These are just a few of them who were murdered during the so-called peaceful BLM protest. And sadly, there is many more by now, too many. Since Sincere Augustine, age 1, Chicago, Illinois, Gilmore, I'm just going to say Gilmore, age 3, Baltimore, Maryland, Francis, age 17, and Charles Riley, age 16, in Chicago. Let's see, Hendricks, 17, and in the Bronx of New York. Wow. Whoever sent this, wow.
Thanks for sending that.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. You know, we actually had a plan. We just kind of went off on it.
Well, you know what? I love going off on plans because I can bring us right back. I'll bring you right back. You got it?
Boom. That's what they're there for, right?
Yes, yes. Look, I'm going to take... So, guys, keep those comments coming in. We want that, as a matter of fact. We want your comments to come in. Right, broski?
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, guys, I want to talk to you about a little bit of the hookah-dooka that's going on, just to keep it a little bit lighter, too, as well. Yeah. The American Eagle. Hey, speaking of flying, that could not happen any better. We're talking about flight attendants.
Oh, yes.
So I love the little eagle thing that came up. It's like, what a prediction there. What are flight attendants so afraid of? Do you know that mask mandates are up in some in states next month? Mm-hmm. But flight attendants and TSA and are complaining to the FAA that they want to extend these measures because...
I don't think that all of them are. I think there's probably a small group.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You know what? You're very right about that. You know what?
Am I? Okay.
This was from the morning news. It says flight attendants want the federal government to extend face mask requirements and commercial airlines beyond next month's expiration date on March, even with pressure growing against mask mandates on planes, airports, and elsewhere, and other unions and flight attendants of the American Airlines. So they're on American Airlines. United Airlines and several regional carriers say it's not the appropriate moment to drop mask rules, as a matter of fact, even though they are looking forward to a time when face coverings are no longer requirements for travel.
How much do you want to bet that's like a handful of people they went and talked to, and they anyone who said otherwise had dropped out of that conversation?
Look, people are losing their ever-loving minds on flights.
Well,
okay?
Here's the thing.
Really?
Well,
it's time to,
yeah, drop it. But here's the other thing, too, is anyone who's been on the plane more than 5 minutes and talked to a captain or anyone else knows that one of the safest places to be when it comes down to the COVID is actually on a plane, because that air is recirculated through filtered air over and over again, because they have to be able to filter and clean the air that's coming through there. So I talked to an aircraft mechanic.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I talked to an aircraft mechanic about this the other day. He was telling me, I didn't know about this until he told me about it.
Right.
And so and he was telling me that that air is actually constantly cycled through their filter part of their planes and pushed back out. And that air is actually probably cleaner than what you would breathe sitting in a restaurant, breathe walking around the road, breathe in your house, anything like that. That air is cleaner than anything else you're going to get anywhere else. And so when you're comparing it to like sitting at a table without a mask on versus sitting in the airline, it's actually safer to be sitting in an airplane than it is to sitting at a table.
I'm all for no mask on planes, but people cough on planes and they're really close to you. You mean to tell me that filter air is going to suck it up?
Well, that's what they were telling me. Is like, I mean, I guess if I look at you and I cough at you, it's a different story.
If you look at me, cough at me, you're going to be out the plane.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying if you're doing that, but if you're just talking and doing your thing, that air is supposed to be recycled, and I guess it's
well, people generally know how to cover their mouths and not cough in spaces, right?
The air has to be recycled anyways because
because
it's a pressurized plane.
Yeah.
So the air just can't open a window.
Right.
You know, and you can't just open up the vents and let the air flow. No, it's got to be cycled and cleaned anyways because they're constantly rebreathing it.
True.
And so because of that, it's you know, he went through and explained to me the filtering system on it. I don't really understand everything he said, but he says it's actually cleaner air than you're going to get most anywhere else out there.
Well, the reason what caught my eye on this one is a lady was actually a flight attendant was punched she was asking a male to wear his mask, and he had it, and she got punched there. They're talking about flight attendants getting hurt for pushing mask mandates. People and
Wouldn't that tell me
putting
they
them
wanna
on
drop-
no-fly zones if you refuse to wear your mask.
Well, yeah. Here's the big thing too. Is that there's the no-fly list. There are people.
Or fly lists.
Yeah,
not fly
there
zones.
are people that are put on the no-fly list simply because they either they had a medical condition they couldn't wear it, or they refused to do it,
Right.
and now they're on a list for something that was temporary. That's absolutely stupid, and in most cases they weren't doing anything that would cause any actual threat. They just either couldn't or would refuse to wear a mask.
I just
And
think
it's not even them getting violent either.
that's true. And how long are they on their no-fly lists? And what if you have a child that doesn't want to wear a mask? Are you put on a no-fly list because that
Oh
child
yeah,
doesn't
I
want
actually
to?
heard some stories about that too.
Really?
Yeah, like their 2-year-old wouldn't keep the mask on, and the parent had tried multiple times to get them to keep the mask on, but because they wouldn't keep the mask on, the parent was actually removed from the flight and put on the no-fly list. Yeah, I heard a story about that. I wish I had something in writing to show that.
I
but,
heard it.
Yeah.
I wish it weren't true.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
And now
I'm
so
sure
you're
there's a million other stories.
deputizing flight attendants.
They deputize anyone. They basically encourage people out there, and without, and in some cases even directly saying it, to that's what she wants us to read the comments.
I hope they're having comments. I hope there are, because bro, you heard about this? I used to fly with my 2-year-old or 2-month-old, and if she doesn't want to wear a mask, she's gonna pull it off regardless, and I'm put on a flight list.
Yeah, it's absolute bullcrap.
What?
Well, here's the thing: is there's the unofficial no-fly list too. I can't wear a mask because of my PTSD.
Yes.
Okay.
So yes.
I can't even fly on a plane because I know that they won't let me on the plane, so I'm on an unofficial no-fly list. Meaning that
I hope you guys are commenting on this.
Yeah, meaning that I just can't go.
You just can't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I saw the question there.
No,
and
you're
confused.
good.
Well, they're commenting in here. I'm reading the
Squirrel.
question. Yes. Squirrel.
No.
But
No.
yeah, if I can't go get on a plane. I know that because they're not going to let me on because I can't wear the mask. I can't do this for 2 hours. It's just not reasonable, not feasible.
No, and even one you made one, and even that for holding it.
Yeah, they won't let you hold it because you actually have to wear a mask. And so
and apparently your 2-month-old needs to too.
Yeah, apparently
because they were born with masks.
But yeah, so like I said, it's the not 2 month. Is 2 year or is it 2 month?
Well, I don't even know. I'm exaggerating there, but I would figure if you're 2 years old is still a young age to say, honey, keep your mask on, or we're gonna get thrown off the plane.
Yeah. Exactly. While it's in flight.
Yeah. Right.
Here you go, parachute.
And if I spank my child for keeping it on, someone's gonna take a picture and send it to DHS. I don't know.
There's no win for losing here.
There's no win for losing.
Did you see the Antifa Crown decided to protest? The Antifa Crown decided to protest against the Gypsy Jokers. It did not end well for Antifa.
Oh my gosh. Where's that? Oh, I see it. LOL. If masks work, then why don't masks... No. If masks work, why don't masks work?
What? I'm very confused. I'm confused by that. That's what I was reading earlier. They stopped me in my tracks. I couldn't understand.
No, I got it right away. If masks work, why don't they work? Yes. Oh, that's too funny. You go read the next one, broski.
Anyways, I know. I support the idea that Black Lives Matter because every life matters.
Yes.
But I will never support the BLM organization or their misguided protest. I had to point out the names of the children. I hear too much about the criminals they seem to worship, yet nothing about the kids who fell victim to their violent riots. It's insanely sad.
That is insanely good comment.
Yes, it is.
It's an insanely good comment. Yeah, I cannot support the movement. I cannot. All lives matter, including Black lives, including white lives, including Jewish lives, including.
All
you know
lives matter.
why?
All lives matter.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because I have a faith that says that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Christian.
Well,
and,
hey,
yes.
I swear, it doesn't say in the Word of God there that Jesus died for just the black people, right?
Just black people. He just died for all the black.
Yeah.
Well, he was half black himself. He had sheep,
Apparently,
he had hair like sheep's wool. That's what my mom used to tell me.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I think I actually remember reading that in there.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that
means he's black. No, he was Jewish.
Well, he's Jewish. Well, you're trying to say you can't be Jewish if you're black?
Wow, this is going
off a rabbit hole.
According to Whoopi, you only see race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you only see it.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Anyway, I had to pull her out. There's no reason we can't win.
Jesus was Middle Eastern.
Jesus was Middle Eastern, guys.
Yeah. By the way,
Oh, are you okay? Our producer just had a kerfuffle, you guys.
Yeah, we had a crash.
Basically telling, you should have seen her husband's face.
Oh well, I was like, oh my god, did she fall off the chair?
She fell
if she fell off the chair, we'd have to rush over and help her because she ain't getting up by herself.
Right. Well, if she fell off the chair, you would have to do her show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can you picture you being a Backwoods sister? Oh, I love to see your details.
Okay, girls, we're gonna go ahead and do the Backwoods campfire thing. What is it? The campfire discussions.
I don't believe he just went. Wow. Bring some comments. Oh, here's one. They will make little kids wear them regardless. That's bullshit. Why I hate flying. Unless someone has a Dixie cup to fill my bloody nose because of the high altitude.
Well, that's descriptive.
Yeah. Read the next one, brother.
Okay.
Read it.
Now, let me clarify what I said a second ago because I just got the comment. What I'm meaning is she has a knee issue. And if she hits the ground and hurts herself, it's not gonna be easy to get up.
Right.
It's a medical thing, not anything else.
Yes, but she said also that was a bad impression of her.
Well,
She said that was a bad impression of her. That's what she said. So, anyways, you got in trouble. So, and we're gonna talk about that next week. Men who get in trouble by their women.
Hey, yes.
And the kids that love them.
And if you don't see me on next show, you just know.
I'm not doing the show solo.
Tommy! If you don't see me next week, remember, I love my life and I'm not suicidal.
I love my life. I'm not suicidal.
Did you ever see the interview with that?
No.
So the person who brought forth the all of the data that was exposed from the Pentagon about the mask issues and the vaccine issues, things like that, that actually made a severe change in Congress because the evidence was out there now. He brought that forth and kind of presented it to Congress. He was about to go into a closed door meeting with a couple of congressmen, and he says to the media before he walks away. He was in charge of this organization that did it all, right?
Yeah.
He goes, and just so you know, I'm about to go have a meeting with a closed door meeting with a couple of congressmen and stuff. I just want to let you know, I'm not suicidal and I love my life. And he walks away.
What do you do with that? My God.
I think he can get a few accusations without saying it.
Yes. You know what? Thank goodness that didn't piss you off as a patriot too much.
I know.
It made you laugh, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. But, there are a lot of things that do piss me off as a patriot. And sometimes I really want to express that.
How do you express it?
Well, sometimes you can say things or, sometimes you can just wear it and let it say it for you, right?
Right. Sometimes it's best to just wear it and let it say it for you.
And there's so many things a pissed off patriot can say.
Yes.
But sometimes you just need to basically say, hey, I'm a pissed off patriot.
Yep.
So why don't we find some clothing that talks about that?
Why don't we? Take a look at this. Hey! I was just talking about how awesome Joel was, my broski, to pick up on my little hook there, real fast.
Yeah. We're getting better.
Man, you know what? I got to come back to this truck protest, and I have to ask you a question, broski.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Do you think that this protest served a purpose? I know it inspired, but do you think, and that's a great picture of that, do you think this protest inspired not only our country, but the world?
I think it did. It had a lot of eyes on it, and obviously, look what's happening with us. We're actually having the people that helped arrange that are actually helped arrange some of the big stuff we have going here, and we're doing the same thing they did in Canada. I can't speak on other countries, but I can tell you one thing: it definitely had a big impact here in the U.S.
Got you. Because you showed me a couple of things that are still going on, like a woman being a reporter.
Oh yeah, and that was I think that was a couple days ago that happened or something, but. Yeah, a woman reporter got shot point blank with a gas canister and then beat with a stick 3 times from one of the police officers
in the red zone. Or no, they weren't.
When they were forcing them out of their illegal protest.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I was gonna pull that video out and I never did. So.
Well, there was a lot of activity up there that I don't think will happen here. I hope it doesn't happen here. But on February 19th, police officers cleared out the central area of sprawling demonstrations in Ottawa. As a matter of fact, moving trucks back and arresting protesters as they continued to subdue the occupation that has disrupted Canadian capital for weeks. So that's now passed, but that's what they were doing.
Oh,
there was a lot of police activity up there, and
there's a lot.
We're for honest policing.
Exactly.
But we talked about this last night. We are for honest policing. We love honest policing.
It's when police. I mean, here's the big thing: is there are bad apples. And stuff, and the police department, it does happen, but it doesn't make them all bad. And there are some times when the policing, they cross a line, and like I said, they shot that lady point blank, and there's on video. She wasn't doing anything wrong. She was sitting there just reporting like she should be.
Yeah.
And she was in the crowd, and she got shot, and you hear her scream, fall to the ground.
The screams were horrible.
And then she gets up. I think she starts to get back up, and then this police officer moves forward and just starts bashing her 3 times. Hit her with a stick. You see it. Now, it's not super duper clear because it's focusing there. The part that no one mentioned, by the way, I
watched that on the Fox News interview.
I watched that like probably about 8 or 10 different news stations, and not one of them mentioned the fact. If you watch the video, which we gotta post it. I'll post it later today.
Post it later on the Facebook site.
Yeah, you notice not once but twice. There was 2 firearms the police officers had dropped off their belts. They were on the ground. They had to pick up.
They had to pick
up their guns. They're just laying on the ground. Two different ones.
I'm hitting her. Oh, let me pick up my gun. Hold on.
Yeah. I mean, you see him scrounging to pick it up and stuff. I'm like wow.
That's
pretty bad.
Wow.
They need more training up in Canada.
Well, but we talked about policing and how different it is in both countries.
Oh yeah.
Policing down here is way different than policing in Canada.
Well, yeah, and there's something we're talking about, and the biggest thing I want that we were talking about is it's how it breaks down who they're accountable to. And you got city, then you got
state.
That,
we talked a little bit about.
Well, the city's accountable to the city, and the state's accountable to the county's accountable to the county. Then you got the state, police officers, and then you got federal police and stuff. But in the end, they're all accountable to the people.
They're all accountable.
They're supposed to be.
That's the difference.
So yeah, exactly. That they are all accountable to the people. Now, in Canada, I don't know a ton about their system. I need to learn more about it, but Canada's not where I live, so I haven't put a ton of effort into learning all their laws and stuff. But they
research on that.
They're a different type of government up there, so they're actually accountable to the I think it's the prime minister in that area and stuff. Yes. And like you said, there's no term limits for the prime minister, and it's much different up there. It's a different kind of governing system.
Can you picture no term limits for the prime minister?
Well, I found out there used to not be term limits for our presidents.
I don't.
There was actually one that served 4 terms.
Well, here's the question, guys. I'm gonna throw it out to you. Do you think that's healthy? I don't know if that's healthy to be able to have someone govern beyond their stay.
I'm 50-50 on that, and one of the parts is that I think I can see the reason for term limits. Like in Congress, it's a damn good reason to have a term limit there because you have people that've been there too long and they keep messing with stuff.
And I want to, and if I'm in the office, I want to know if I've been there too long.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the other thing too is people say, oh well, the term limits are by voting. And so I see arguments on both sides.
Okay.
In the end, no, I'm going to favor term limits because I think
why?
Why? Because if it is corruption, it forces corruption out.
Absolutely.
Like so on the cybersecurity side of things, there's policies we try to get them to implement if they can, and that is called basically it's called mandatory vacations or basically it's where you also have something where it's work rotations. Mm-hmm. Means that it may be 2 weeks a year or 2 weeks every 6 months or whatever. Someone comes in and they're going to do your job for you, and you're maybe switch to another person's job or something like that. And it could be with your own department. It could be that little subsection you're doing. They just change around. Usually it's in bigger companies. And the reason why is because if you're doing something that's shady and you're not, and you have to move to do something else, and then someone else comes in there, they're likely to catch it.
Got you.
So it's just their way of ruling out fraud and yeah, I kind of like that way. And so that's why term limits might be a good idea, because if there is corruption, things like that, by forcing them out, it reduces corruption.
That's it. No one should hold a monopoly on an office, because then that leads to a dictatorship. That's what I would think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong?
It's kind of a dictatorship, somewhat.
Well, I mean, I just look at the human ego.
Yeah. Well, here's the big thing that always fascinates me is about the one person having power and things like that.
Yes.
You know, people only given power because you give it to them.
Uh-huh.
So by the reason why that we have governors, the reason why we have elected officials, things like that, and I'm not even talking about the voting process. It's because the people as a whole have chosen to decide to follow a system that puts people in leadership positions and things like that, and that's what they've chosen to follow. But it's only because they've all decided to follow that system that's done it. It's not like it's just set there. It's a law of nature, and that's the way it has. No, it's because we've chosen as a people to say, okay, we want to have leadership, and here's how we're going to do the leadership, and we're going to follow.
Well, we need leadership.
Yeah, we're going to follow the structure of leadership, and we're going to respect that this person's a leader, and we elect them in there and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but when you see what happens when people have gone too far, and they're like, hey, we no longer choose to allow to this, to follow this person. We don't recognize their power anymore. That's called a coup.
Well, and that's the thing. If people know, leaders know that they can be replaced, it does kind of put them the checks and balances in there. So, speaking of checks and balances, these guys are keeping us checked. So we better make sure to balance out the show to be able to go. There you go.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and read that?
Yeah. Let me update.
Okay. I'll read the first one. Okay.
Okay.
They will make little kids wear them. Oh, I read that.
Here, it's right here. It's the third one. Riley wants to say hi.
Riley!
Come on, Riley.
Where are you? And after that, we have a couple more here.
Come on. Oh.
Hey, Riley.
Careful.
Let's ask Riley something. Hey, Riley.
Come on.
Come here.
Come on in the center.
Okay. So this is Dad's daughter, and this is my awesome niece. Hey. So, how long do you keep a mask on at school?
So on Wednesdays, we keep it on for about 4 hours, and then we have lunch.
Yeah.
Which is lunch recess. First recess isn't on Wednesdays.
And do you do what you're asked to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except you can choose if you want to take your mask off at recess.
Okay, so you have a choice there.
And it's longer on non-Wednesdays, right? You have to wear more? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to steal the conversation from what she's talking about tomorrow on...
Oh, is that what's happening?
That's what we're talking about tomorrow.
You know what? You gotta get off the show before I get kicked in the backside by your mom. Okay. Here we go.
Hey, but that's just a preview of some of the things they're going to be talking about tomorrow on the show.
I had no idea.
Yeah, perfect.
Since I wasn't trying to steal your show.
No, perfect setup for it, actually. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
I believe she was a reporter for Rebel News. Yes, she was. And was on the front line in order to capture the interaction between protesters and the police. And the word police is in quotes.
Nice.
She never dropped her camera or her mic. Good job. Canada's Special Investigations is looking into it, apparently. And the Prime Minister serves the Queen, and the term is at her pleasure. There you go.
The term is at her pleasure.
Thank you for whoever submitted that, because that was way more than I knew about it.
Yep, me too. You learn stuff from you guys, the viewers, so please keep it coming. And as a matter of fact, keep it coming. We want you guys, after this show, to come out to Eagle Creek Saloon if you're in Estacada. We are there. Yes, with the family and Broski and me.
Here.
And
do you want to join me for a chant?
Yeah.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Tacos. Tacos. Tacos. Tacos. Tacos. Tacos. Tacos.
Okay. So come out. We're going to be out there around 9 o'clock-ish. So come out to Eagle Creek. We would love to have some time with you to talk face to face.
Yes.
There's some more, broski.
Yeah, I love tacos, by the way.
I love tacos, too.
Yes.
But you know what better than that? I love my broski.
Boom. Yes.
Did my ring hurt you?
No.
Yeah, it's a lion ring.
By the way, you got some bling on your right arm there.
Yeah, I gotta have some bling. But it's not from the show. I don't get paid here. Sorry, y'all. Okay.
Oh, wait. That's an Apple Watch.
Oh, don't type BLM in there. Apparently you get a fist. The presidential term limits come in because the FDR are being elected 4 times and having too much power because of it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I think he served 3 full terms, and he was partway through his fourth term when I think he died in the middle of his 4th term.
Oh wow.
If I remember right, yeah. So, but yeah, that's where they started and stuff. And see, term limits do have a good use for them. You know, because could you imagine 12 years of Obama?
Oh, could you imagine 12 years of Biden? We're stuck with him?
Yeah.
No. You know, look, let's bring this home a little bit. Again, as most people know, I used to be a pastor. And when I was voted in, I wanted to make sure that I, every 3 years, got the voice of the people coming back at me. Mm-hmm. And so the way they shared their voice with me was through a vote. So my third year, I got a vote. Now, was it nerve-wracking for me? Absolutely. Was it also balancing out my ego? Absolutely. Because I knew that if they don't want me there, their vote's going to speak to that. Mm-hmm. And I'm no longer effective if they don't want me there. That's leadership. You're a leader because you have followers. That's John Maxwellian.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, you would think also that's also God's chance to kind of put it out there and the physical side of things, saying, hey,
someone else.
Time to move on.
Time to move on because someone else can pick it up.
Exactly. Yeah. So I want to do a quick kind of sum up of some things we talked about.
Sure.
So we talked a little bit about Russia and the Ukraine, and don't get fooled by the stuff going on with that.
Nope.
Yep. Talk a little bit about the Canada. Yeah, Canada. Well, they're using canes.
Well, if I say whippy too, I said whippy. So it doesn't matter.
Whippy that Canada.
Whippy good.
We talked a little bit about the mask mandates. Yep.
The mask mandate. Throw that back up. Blackface. There you go. Mask mandate. There you go.
Yep.
You're mandated never to wear that again. He looks better in blackface, though.
Does he?
He looks way better in blackface. He looks way better in black. It covers up his other face.
We talked about truckers going on the convoy there. But hey, by the way, since we're talking about the truckers and stuff like that, you know, they like to listen to stuff when they actually when they ride.
Ooh.
So it's a good chance for them to maybe listen to our podcast because we're on the podcast now.
So we invite you to listen to us on the podcast
when you're driving around. We talk about the criminal Clintons.
Yes. Oh, real fast about the truckers. Hey guys, we support you as Backwoods Brothers, but we also want you to stick by what you said. Keep it peaceful.
Peaceful and effective. And, you know, metaphorically, slap that ass.
Metaphorically. He just told truckers to flap somebody's
Anyways,
wow.
He talked a little bit about President's Day and what he canceled. And also, we had a question on there. I'm going to pose this question and let's answer it next show.
Okay.
Is it manly to know how to change a tire?
He stole my question. Is it manly?
Well, I didn't want to forget. I didn't want to miss it for the show.
No, that's good. Is it manly to change a tire? Guys, we have some feedback on that. So if you haven't noticed, we throw in some current news, and we're not a news. Joel reminded me of this. We are not a news place. We are not a place to get your news. We're a place to talk about the news, okay? So we talk about the news, and we share that, and this is what we encourage you to do, is to talk about the news with your friends. And come down to the Hitchin' Post with your friends and join us to talk about the news and everything else. So we'd love to have you down there. And can I just close them out, brother?
Oh, yeah, this is your end.
All right.
I'll try to set you up for it.
You set me up good, man. Hey, guys, we are so glad that you are joining us and listening to us jabble on, and you're including yourselves into this conversation. So we really want you to continue to do that, continue to like this channel, and if you want to see us do more things, and we are constantly doing more things. I saw the ego there. We're flying high, and we would love for you to come along with us for this ride. So would you please just like, share, subscribe, share this with your friends. We are so appreciative of you. Check out our merch one more time. And until next week, we will see you tomorrow night on Brandy's show, Campfire Discussions. So with that being said, any last words, brother?
Peace.
Did you just put up a fist? That's no,